sign for Walterville, historic Walterville Presbyterian Church. There it is. That's the Middleton Memorial Presbyterian Church. So up here, just down the road a piece, is where we need to take the right onto the road. Not too far past the Middleton Memorial Church. And we are right now we're at 14.3 miles from the interstate. So it's probably about 14.2 miles, the Middleton Memorial Church. Okay, now over here on the left, you see these this group of trailers? That's another landmark. And there's a curve in the road sign right here, and there's another sign down here. You see where the road takes a sharp right? And then there is this dirt road that we're approaching very slowly. Okay, that's a school bus stop ahead sign. And you see this house right here. This is the house which is the landmark. This is Lennie Mae Harrison's house. In fact, I'll go ahead and take a picture. Okay. Good. Good. Excellent. Alright, so now comes the fun part. They've actually given this this road a name now. And the name of this dirt road is Macon Darien Road. So let me zoom up on that. Macon Darien Road. Okay, and here we go. If I get stuck, it's going to be an even more fun adventure than any of us can imagine. Oh, by the way, I'm going to back up a little bit here because I want to get the exact mileage from the Macon Road sign, Macon Darien Road sign, to where it is on the interstate. Right now, we're about 14.8 miles from I-95, where we got off. And right now, I'm going to trip the odometer. The odometer's tripped, and here we go. Now comes the fun part. And you got some trailers off here on the left and right. This is a very sandy road, so this is kind of scary going. Yesterday it was very scary because we didn't know if we were going to get stuck at any point in time, and it was just raining all day persistently, very much like what it is today. As you can see, it's kind of redneckville back here, but we've never had any problems back here. This is probably my 4th time coming back here, and this is my 2nd time unassisted, so I've never had any problems. But this is just to give you an idea of what it looks like when you start coming back here. You know, again, it's just a long dirt road. Right now we're at about 3/10 of a mile from where the road started, and we kind of leaving some of those houses behind, houses and trailers actually behind us. And what we're looking for from here is we're looking for kind of an area that's kind of like an intersection. Now, about 5 or 6 years ago, they had a gate up there, back there, which kind of closed off the road. But since then, the gate has been removed. So I don't know what to make of that. I guess they are persistently making changes to how they do things out here. So that kind of threw off our directions a little bit, maybe a little bit concerned. Fortunately, there are a few roads that are back here that are pretty well marked, especially the road that we were looking for, the Yonts Sawmill Road. That is a significant landmark, and that was key for us to find the cemetery location. Okay, right now we're about 1.2 miles from where we disembarked onto the dirt road. Couple local boys there. They're just out having a good time Sunday afternoon. They're probably wondering what the heck I was doing with this video camera, talking in the car. Well, let's just say it's all for posterity's sake. Okay, we're about 1.7 miles from the entrance. Again, I don't particularly care for the sludge that we have that's called a road, but I'll keep going as far as I can, as long as and as far as I feel comfortable. But I would highly recommend that if anybody comes back here, that they make sure that they have, the proper tools to get unstuck. Whoops. In fact, I just missed it. Okay, you see how sneaky it can be to do this stuff. I just missed the turnoff for the right. That's how sneaky these roads are and how tricky it is, and why it's so important to get every single inch of this on film if it's possible. This is our first turnoff to the right. Okay, and right now we're about 2 miles from where we first turned off the road. So there's a big oak tree over there on the left, kind of a turnaround spot, and this is what it looks like on the other side. Again, no real markers, but we're going to go ahead and take a right here and hope that we don't get stuck. This is where it gets really scary, and where the road kind of narrows down a little bit. But from right here, we've taken the right, and we're going down this road, and our landmark, of course, is going to be these gates right here. These gates. These are the gates that I'm talking about when I'm talking about gates. And you see, as you can see right here, there's a keep out no trespassing sign right there. And of course you've got the gate right here, and then you've got a lock. See the lock right there? See, now that could present problems in the future, trying to get access to the cemetery. So again, that's just something to keep in mind. And again, really the contact person that's really helped us out, both times has been the Poole family. I guess he knows the proper people to contact, especially the hunting club. Apparently the Little Wizzy Hunting Club has access to these lands to come back here and hunt. So again, that's another thing to keep in consideration when coming up here. As I was saying, there's some things that you need to keep on hand if you ever get stuck back here. Preferably a GPS. No kidding, a geopositioning system would be ideal. A cell phone would be another thing that would be highly recommended that you have back here in case you get stuck. That way you can call AAA, come out and unstuck you, or just really just about other things like a board being placed under the tire, maybe a shovel, to dig out of the sand. But as you can see, it's very remote back here, and somewhat inhospitable. It's very rough and rugged going back here. it's probably very foolish of me to take the Honda back here. And I would not recommend anyone doing that. I would recommend, if it's possible, something that's going to have some power and traction, like a truck or a 4x4, something along those lines. Okay. Right now we're about 2.9 miles from where we started at the beginning of that road. Now, as you can see, there's another road right here. It's called King Road. King Road and Vickers. So apparently they have named these drives. I don't know who, but let me zoom in on that. You see there's Vickers Road and there's King Road. Right now we're at the intersection of King and Vickers. Vickers is the road that we've been on, and it continues on a little ways. And that's what tripped us up. From here, we did not take the right. We went straight the first time, and that's where we got messed up. At this point, and at this intersection of King and Vickers, is where we need to take a right. So let's go ahead and take a right. And this is known as King Road. King Road. And again, we've got another posted sign that this is private property and it's hunting and fishing and all that, but they've left the gate open for us. But as you can see, we've got locks. So again, you have to be very careful. And you have to get permission and all that stuff. So, so now we're pretty close. In fact, we're very close to where we need to be. Just down the road, on this road, is hunting camp, where Reverend Poole and his buddies hunt. That's not where we're going. But we're heading in that direction. Okay, now this is going to be fun because this is okay, that was clay. Recommend that you try to drive quickly through that, but not too quickly so that you slip and slide. Now there is our landmark right there. There's our landmark right there. That's the Union Camp. Okay, can you see it? Okay, Union Camp Poyet Road, but it's also known as Younts Sawmill Road. And that's the intersection of Younts Sawmill and King Road. That's key right there. All right, that's key because straight ahead is where we want to go. But we made the mistake, unfortunately, of taking a right here, which is not where we want to go. We want to keep going down King Road this way. And it curves on around a little bit. And right now we're about 3.5 miles from where we turned off, according to my odometer. Again, this is where it gets kind of tricky, kind of scary. Whoop. Squirrel across the road there. And great, just like yesterday, Scott and Dad and Granddad, when we, first, when we got down here, it just started pouring rain, and it's very, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's maybe it is a sign from the rain gods or from Okana. I don't know. It's really funny. Now this is what also tripped us up yesterday. This was the intersection that took us. When we went to the right, the Ryals Family Cemetery is down that way to the right. If you keep going that way, if you keep continuing on Kings Mill Road, then that will take you past the hunting camp, which will be on the left. So we are in the very very, very close to the Ryals family cemetery. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and find some hard road to just try and stop the car and wait for this rain. So I might just leave it here. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it for now and take a break. As you can see, I'm pretty, I'm not stuck. I'm still okay. Now, Reverend Poole, in a conversation I had with him, he recently mentioned that there was a cemetery sign that he had put up about 5 years ago. Well, I'd found this cemetery sign in the ditch, across the road. It's pretty rotted out. But I decided to go ahead and try and put it back up. I'm going to take a picture of it. That way we'll know that we put it up. Again, this is the road to the camp. I was hoping I'd be able to put a landmark for putting down our custom-made sign, which is the surprise that we wanted to let you all know. We've got two signs. One that says Ryals Cemetery, one that says Ryals Cemetery 150 yards, that we were going to try and put up. Unfortunately, I don't have any trees that I can put this up on, so I'm just going to have to improvise and try and devise another means. So, starting to rain again. I'm going to go ahead and take a break. Okay, I decided to go ahead and venture back into where the cemetery is. We took a right on that road, and the road kind of winds around a little bit. It's passable, and then there's a clearing right about here where there's a feeder. You can see the feeder right there. All right, feeder's right up there in the tree. Now, whether or not that feeder's going to be there permanently, I don't know. But this is the spot where we found yesterday, in which Reverend Poole talked about, which from here you go back directly 150 yards, and that's where the Ryals family cemetery is. Of course, there's really not a whole lot that I can do at this point until the rain lets up. And I'm feeling kind of scared about getting stuck back here, because it's just kind of tricky. I want to make sure that I don't get stuck. So I'm going to go ahead and take another break. From this point, we are exactly 4.2 miles. 4.2 miles from where we initially got off the road at Macon Darien Road. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the camera and put it on hold, and then I'll get right back. Okay, it's the afternoon. I've been here for a few hours trying to dig a trail straight back from the deer stand, but that turned out to be kind of unfruitful, because a little bit too far off to the right, as it turns out. So what I did was I tried to find the quickest, most efficient means possible to find the Ryals Cemetery, and I have succeeded in doing that. So what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to take the trail back from where we started from the road, where we got the new sign, and there's the new sign there. It reads Ryals Cemetery 150 yards. That's simply a roadside to let you know that that this is the place. But do not go straight back from that deer stand. It's kind of a tough going route, and there is a much easier route to take, and I have marked along the way too. So there are the poles that we painted last night. I'm hoping that these will stay there. If not, then c'est la vie. This will give you a kind of a pretty accurate distance from the road. There's my car, and there's the woods. Here's the trail that we're going to take using the stakes as markers, and there's the deer stand or whatnot. So anyway, we're going to start off here, and basically we just keep going back this way, and the first thing that we're going to try and find are a couple of trees that I've marked with the machete. I've marked some of the trees with the machete on the sides just to give us an idea of where things are. Even this trail back here is a little bit tricky to find. Fortunately, I had some newspaper wrapper in the car, and this is the first one. It's an orange one, and it's tied, and that serves as a marker. And there's one just down. You can see the tree that's marked right there, and a tree that's marked right there. Well, there's the second one, and the distance that's marked with the orange banner. So we'll head for that next. Okay, so heading for the orange banner. Okay, here's the orange banner again, tied, you know, around the tree. Machete marks on both sides, so you can tell where you're coming and going. And then from here, I did a little bit of machete work, you know, back along the trail. There are a couple of trees that are still marked. There's another one. There's another one. So from here, we go straight back to the next orange marker, which is right back there. See it right there. Okay, good. So now we go back. Okay, and here's the orange marker right here. Another orange marker, and again marked on both sides. Boy, that's good sap. Okay, so from here, the next one that we're going to come to is a green newspaper wrapper. So we've come to 3 orange newspapers, and now we're going to come to a green one. And the green one is right down there. As you can see, there's a bottle that's tied to it. It's a Dasani water bottle. And that kind of marks our turning point. So again, we just keep on going straight back this way. Okay. And this is the area. I mean, from right here at this spot. Okay, you've got the green newspaper wrapping, the Dasani water bottle, and inside is a note. And on that note is written, from this spot you're 35 yards away from the Ryals cemetery. And there's a board. There's the board that you gave me, Scott, to use in case I got out. I wanted to use that as another marker, just in case anything happened to this water bottle or to this wrapper. At least we'll know. So there's a board, and from this spot, the cemetery's right back there. It's real easy to find from this spot right here. There's the water bottle. Water bottle's kind of pointing in that direction, so we will go that way. And along the way, I've marked the trees to the right again, you know, just to indicate where the trail goes. But it's pretty easy, actually. I mean, this is straight on back. From here, there's another little mark on the left, another tree that's marked on the left, another tree that's marked on the left, and boom, before you know it, about right here is 35 yards. There's the post for the Ryals family cemetery, and here we are right back here. Day after the rains a little bit. I cleared it out a little bit. I tried to clear out as much as I could, but it was pretty hard, pretty tough going. I think we're going to need some really tough stuff back here. Again, there's Ivy Jenkins. And yes, Chris, you were right. That's a lamb. I can get as close as I can to this design, just so that you'll see what it looks like. It's a lamb. I'll take a picture of that. Okay. And again, Ivy Jenkins. February 19th, 1870, September 13, 1912, God's finger touched him and he slept. Just shows some roses there on the back and headstone. Okay, step back a little bit. Come over, and Susan Jenkins is exactly the same motif with the lamb and everything. Susan Jenkins, April 3rd, 1845, November 21st, 1907. Sleep, mother dear, and take thy rest. God called thee home. He thought best. So we got Ivy Jenkins over here and Susan Jenkins over here. Now they're related, probably adopted. And again, we've got over here is the foot marker for looks like LJ. It's probably Ivy Jenkins or something. Yeah, ILJ is the foot marker. That's what it reads. Okay, again, we come back over here. And what's interesting here is that we have a depression right here. This is obviously a grave, but it was marked with wood. See, there's the foot area right there. That's for the foot, and the headstone, the remnants of it are right up there near the base of that tree. But there is definitely a depression in the earth that indicates that there's a grave. This is the back side of O'Connor's grave. Actually, O'Connor and Ed Ryles's. But you know what's really interesting is you see this hand clasp here again. You know, that looks like an Irish motif. That's something that I've seen in Ireland on many graves as well. So I'm thinking that there may be an Irish connection somewhere along the lines with this. So I'm going to take a picture of this too. Okay. And again, this is in memory of O'Connor E. Ryals, devoted wife of E.C. Ryals, August 16, 1854, November 16, 1887. Asleep in Jesus' blessed sleep. And excuse me, great-grandmama. Didn't mean to stand on you. But, you know, what's interesting is right on the opposite side is the footstone down at the very end. So I'm thinking that this says, both of them are here in the same area, because there at the base of the tree is the footstone that says, that reads O-E-R. And that would be O'Connor and Edward Ryals. So, you know, that's what I'm speculating, that's what I'm theorizing on that. Really, that's about it for here. I'm trying to look for anything else. There's another post, looks like in the back, that I didn't see earlier. See, it's right over there. Right there in the back. And that looks like that's the end of another, end of the plot right back there. Now the question remains, gentlemen and ladies, and whomever is watching this video, is how many graves are back here and who is buried back here? We know who some of our players are, but obviously we don't know, you know, to what extent the Jenkins connection ties in. And that, of course, is going to require some historical digging around the archives and whatnot. But we come back here, and this denotes the very end of the property for the cemetery. There's a post there, there's a post there, and of course there's a post here. And that, again, just notes the very end of the property. We come along to the backside. Again, pretty much scrub. We have a fallen tree right here. Nothing really unusual out of the ordinary, you know, other than the Ryals Cemetery. So now we're going to walk our way back, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so from here, we get our bearings. There's Ivy Jenkins' grave right there, and this is the post right here. So it's real easy from here just to backtrack. It's just a matter of looking for the trees that have markings on them, and then retracing the steps back.